The federal government is preparing to dole out more aid to small businesses, but at the same time, some Hoosier business owners are still waiting for funds from the first round of loans. Adam Pinsker reports.
Janae Shank heard about the Paycheck Protection Program in March.
And I applied first thing in the morning, got up, got my coffee, and got the application sent through.
Shank owns Elegant Hair Designs in the south side of Indianapolis. She remembers the day she told her 4 employees she had to close because of the coronavirus.
When we first had to shut down, they were saying, 2 weeks. I'm like, 2 weeks, we'll be fine for a couple weeks. And then it was 2 more weeks.
Now, weeks have turned into months, and adding insult to injury, Janae never got her loan money even though she met the criteria and her application was approved.
Last week, I got the message from my lender that all the funds were run dry.
Janae's husband is able to work during the pandemic, so she has some money coming into the household, but she worries about paying her employees and her rent.
He's not demanding the rent right now, but it's going to come due. The minute I'm able to start working again, he's going to want that back pay.
Shank also applied for an economic injury disaster loan when her business first shut down. Funds from that program come from a different pot of money, and a Small Business Administration official says many of those loans are still being processed. As for the Paycheck Protection Program, the SBA says 36,000 loans were approved in Indiana at a value of $7.5 billion. The money was not loaned out on a first-come, first-served basis.
Whether you're a big lender or the smallest of the smallest lender, no one had an advantage. It was all a fair playing field.
In Bloomington, kind of the opposite situation, Jeff Meese, who owns a larger small business, Pizza X, says that it only took about 10 days to get his PPP loan. It came through this past Tuesday.
We're a little late in application. I think we filled out the paperwork 5 times because our banker kept coming. It's done through banks, and our banker kept coming back with different ways that they wanted us to fill out the application.
Meese and his business partner own 5 Pizza X locations in Bloomington, plus a handful of other businesses. But the PPP loans are only forgivable if they are used for specific expenditures, such as employee payroll. Meese gave his employees a 75% raise through June.
Our restaurants that are shut down really are not in a position to borrow it and have it forgiven.
Although Meese is running delivery and takeout orders, it's not enough to make up for the loss of in-store sales, as well as his catering service and other restaurants in his portfolio.
We still have tremendous amounts of overhead to pay. We also have the losses. What happens to all the food that we had in our inventory when we shut down?
As for when the appropriate time would be to reopen, Meese says every business owner needs to consider how reopening will affect the situation around them. Some, like Janae Shank, believe the sooner the better.
I think there's a way that we can absolutely open and do our job safely. Our industry is very heavily governed and restricted anyway when it comes to sanitation.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Adam Pinsker.